Solo Leveling Season 2 Episode 4 is a little slower than the episodes that led up to this, but it's jam-packed with so many little intricate details that were missed that I can't even begin to say. But still, I absolutely love this episode. Maybe I'm a solo stan. Is that the way you say it? Anyways, let's get into breaking down this episode. Coming right off the heels of episode 3 where Jinwoo had exited hell, with all that he's experienced so far, he knows he won't be able to take on the higher floor bosses to get the elixir that he needs for his mother. And now that he's out of secret dungeons, he won't have any way to level up. So the only real way to level up is by higher dungeons. However, he's officially an E rank, so he needs to get reevaluated to get his hands on some higher dungeons. When I first saw this, I was like, yeah, damn, he'll definitely blow away all these tests and probably explode this crystal out of Kingdom Come. It got me feeling really giddy. But when he gets there, instead of the orb exploding, it just keeps getting an error. So they have to get a stronger measuring item to get an accurate read. Now, please understand that this video isn't me going into every single detail that the manhwa and the anime missed. It's just me telling you some interesting stuff that I noticed that the anime didn't really explain. If you want more intricate details, that's probably for another video. Just let me know if you really want it. Otherwise, I'll keep to this format. Alright, so when Sung was getting re-evaluated, the dude that walked in the room had a much bigger response than that of in the anime. On top of that, the reason why the girl wasn't able to understand the readings is because she's new. Now, the item they use for re-evaluation might take a little time. It's probably maybe a huge crystal, I don't know, maybe a bigger one. But truth be told, it might not be better than the giant crystal they already have here due to his discussion with Go Gun Ho a little later in the episode, but we'll definitely cover that when we get to it. But anyways, this guy that was worried about being an E rank, luckily in the manhwa it was revealed that he was C rank, meaning that he can get a higher chance of actually getting into a guild and paying off some of his debts, which I am personally happy for. Now nearby there's Jungin Choi, also known as the ultimate weapon or Aizen Sasuke 2.0, was nearby with the guy from the association, and he must have sensed something happening in the evaluation site. In the anime, it was more like a huge commotion that they both heard from a distance. This is a testament to how strong Choi is, as being able to sense Sung's power all the way from there is pretty amazing. And then President Beck also hearing at the same time that Sung was there through his own mole. In which case, most of the guilds do have their own moles, so it's not exactly something that's new. At any rate, Choi tries to recruit Sung, who just walks past him and vanishes in the door. His reaction was priceless as he asked the other guy, did I introduce myself? Or does he not know who the hell I am? And then Beck pops up, just missing Sung. Now when it comes to these two, there's a lot going on politically, but I'll keep that for another video. I know I keep saying that, but getting into the nitty-gritty of all that is really a pain in the ass. So I'll just stay doing surface level stuff for now. Just so you know that these two both are at war to get the most profitable and most powerful guild in the country. So they tend to snipe powerful people. And Beck was also covering for Sung as he didn't want anyone to discover what happened during the Red Gate. But Aizen isn't so dumb. Aizen has been working in the background to actually figure all of this out. And now that he sees Beck here, he realizes that Sung was the person that he should be after as well. Too bad for them, Sung isn't interested in any of them, so moving right along. This is when Sung visits his mom in the hospital once more, and then Woo ambushes him to introduce him to Go Gun Ho, my personal fav character, aside from Jinwoo of course. He just wanted to talk to him about joining the association as a deterrent for stopping certain guilds from believing that they can do whatever they like. As you know, S-rank hunters are like nuclear bombs, so there's not many people that can stop them other than other S-rank hunters. And in the association, only the president is really an S-rank. His assistant is only an A rank, so can he really stand up against S ranks? I don't think so. And then the president is getting older, so there's not much he can do. Plus he's been on the bench for a really long time and really hasn't taken part in raids in a while. This was shown back in season 1 when him and Woo did a training session. But at any rate, Sung lets him know that he isn't really interested in all of that. He's just interested in doing dungeons. It's in this conversation that Go Gun Ho lets him know that the re-evaluation test, which should be held in 3 days, isn't really a big deal. It's just a buffer so that the association can approach more powerful hunters so that they can recruit them themselves. So it really won't change the outcome. He will be announced as an S rank by that time anyways, no matter what. That, as you know, Sung refuses as, you know, he's a dungeon type. So moving right along. Now we get to the meat of the matter, what I really wanted to talk about. Some guy's dong versus Jinwoo's dad. The anime took a lot of privileges here and changed a few details that I love to highlight, but let's first go back to when he was first discovered in the dungeon. The main reason that they thought he was a magical beast was because the dungeon was empty. The only person that was here was him. On top of that, his aura matches that of a magical beast as well. But then because he wasn't really putting up a fight, he was only defending himself from getting killed, they decided to bring him back, as the prospects of an intelligent magical beast is a huge one. Worst, it's in the shape of a human, and they've never really heard of a human coming back after a dungeon was closed on them, so it plays a lot in their favor. Sadly, some guy's dong is the only one that can really understand him. At any rate, that's when they clashed, and then this guy wakes up in the hospital thinking that it was a dream, but it really wasn't. He got his ass handed to him. He's now interrogated by Mr. John Connor over here, who asks him if Mr. Sung is really a magical beast, as his surveillance team saw him protecting some humans, and they were in danger during the S-rank clash. However, as you know, some guy's dong is a little bit bitter from the fight, so of course he says yes, the guy is a magical beast. Anyways, he says that all that he'll need to kill the guy is just some more gear, and like, dude, just take the L right here and shut the fuck up. You lost. At any rate, we move on to explaining magical items, and Sung is thinking about selling one of his for more cash or getting a better item to take on higher bosses. He then sees an offer to be a mining guy in a dungeon raid, as technically he's an E rank, so he joins up with Choi's guild without them knowing and sneaks in, except that CHA HAE-IN kinda does notice him, as she was sensing some powerful 12-inch energy or something, I don't know. At any rate, he uses his stealth to slip by her and he leaps into the dungeon, and then when nobody's looking, he heads straight for the boss to test his skills. But before he could enter, he was caught by Miss Fanservice over here, and the way she snuck up on him without him noticing just means that she's that damn good. So she's not just booty and breasts and all of that, she's a whole woman. But that's pretty much the episode. Felt like it was 2 minutes, and I know there's a lot that I glossed over, but there might be a further video in the future, as I keep promising. At any rate, I'll just keep it at this light format for me to be able to pump out these videos a little bit easier and keep my promise of keeping up a video at least once every week this year. I sure hope you all are enjoying solo leveling as much as I did. Leave a comment below as to your thoughts of this week's episode, and don't forget to leave a like and a sub on your way out. I've been your host, Kyle. Peace out and stay safe out there, V Nation. Bye.